Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dee, and today we are going to be doing a little masking. Now, we're not going to put on little masks and look like little raccoons and be bandits. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to do some masking with stamping and turn it into a card. So anyway, let me get the camera turned around and we'll get started. Okay, hang on. Okay, I think I accidentally started the camera too soon. Sorry about that. Okay, if you remember, I think it was in my video last time or the time before that. I can't remember. I showed you that I had purchased this stamp wheel, and so we're going to be using that today. And so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a little masking and turning something like this into a card. So I'm going to set this aside for a second. And of course I have my stamp wheel, and I want to show you the products that I'll be using. This is a kit by Made to Surprise by Sam Calcott. It came in like a subscription type thing. I can't remember the company that actually did the subscriptions, but anyway, she was featured in one of the months, so I bought that, and I'm no longer a member of that club, but anyway, so she has lots of things in this. Let me see if I can. There we go. Sorry about the mess on the side, but I want you to be able to see this. Okay, so in this kit, she has stamps, and she has dies, and a whole bunch of other things. Came with paper, cardstock, and some paraphernalia like ribbon. And this also has a color wheel and then information booklet about Sam. So anyway, we are going to be using the stamps and a die. So let me just kind of get this picked up and moved out of the way. Okay, I just wanted to show you what that was about. So I have a blank, now I'm going to scooch in a little bit. Okay, I have a blank panel of cardstock that I believe is probably 5.5 by 4 1/4. Here, I've got a ruler here. We'll just do a quick measure. Yeah, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I would actually cut this down because, oops, sorry about that, because this is the size of an A2 card base, and I personally like to have my panels decorating the card base cut down a little bit so that it doesn't cover the whole side. So there's a little border around. Okay, now we are going to put this in the stamp wheel, and excuse me, I have to apologize ahead of time. Even though it's not even officially spring yet, my allergies have kicked up, and so unfortunately you're going to hear some throat clearing, and my voice is kind of a little raspier maybe than usual, so I apologize for that. I really do, but I can't do anything about it. So okay, so in this stamp set there's a bunch of stamps that have to do with birthday, celebration, that kind of thing, but we're just going to use the vase and the bouquet of flowers. Okay, so first of all, let's take out the vase. Oh, no, not the words. We're not going with that for now. Okay, let's get this going here. There we go. Okay, let me set that off to the side. Now I have my cardstock in here, so I need to figure out, okay, where do I want this? And I think I want it maybe right there. So I will put the stamp wheel top. Now remember, the hole is here and that's my top. Okay, so let's get that down. And I have a couple of inks that we're going to use. The first one being the Distress Oxide Festive Berries. I love this color. It's kind of reminding me of spring. And my tulips and my daffodils are popping up. They've been up for at least 2 weeks, which is kind of early for this part of Iowa. And so I think it's because of all this warm weather we've been having. Okay, now I'm going to get this here and we're going to apply a little pressure. See how that turned out? Yep. Oh, maybe we'll give it one more shot. And the nice thing about the stamp wheel, I kind of have it offset so I'm not sinking down into the cardstock again. But I can stamp it again in the same position and it'll look great. Like the Misty does. Which, you know, like I said in a previous video, I still have and I still love, but I'm not using right now for today. Okay, so we've got our vase. Now, the thing about masking is, if I were to take if I were to take the flowers and go like this, you would see all of the stamp impression, which, you know, is normal, but it would look like it's standing in front of the vase instead of being inside the vase. Okay, so that's where masking comes in, and I have a mask. Okay, I want you to look at this die. This is the vase die, and what I did was, actually I cut 2 different ones, but this one is the one we're going to use today. So I die cut a scrap of cardstock. Actually, I stamped it first, and then I die cut. Now, when we stamp, we're going to cover up what we don't want to have overlapped. Okay, and a lot of times with masking, when you have more than one thing going on, a lot of times you do the thing in the front first, or the foreground first. So I have my mask on. See, I could move it or whatever, but I've got my tape down to keep it still. Now, the thing about the stamp wheel is I'm going to leave this vase on here. First, I think I'll just wipe it off with my cloth. But I want to put another stamp on. So, get my bouquet, and I'm going to line it up here the way I want it to look when I stamp it. Now, this side is the side with the jar. We flipped it over, so that's on top. Now we're going to, and I've got it set on top here. Now we're just going to position the bouquet on the other side of the lid. Okay, now I think I will move this because it's going to interfere with my stamping, the actual applying the pressure. But if this was in a different spot that wouldn't bother, you could just leave it here like this. Okay, and I think I will. I'll just leave it like that. I'll move it over and leave it so that I have a good idea where it is. Now, I am going to use the same Festive Berries color for the flowers. And don't worry about the stems of the flowers. We don't want those pink, do we? So I'm going to take my cloth and I'm going to just dab at where the stems are so that they don't, get that off, so that they don't stamp pink. Okay, and I've got my lid in position well enough. And I'm going to use my little hockey puck tool to give the pressure that it needs. Now, I will tell you, even though that mask is not very thick, it can interfere a little bit with the pressure. So I will probably have to stamp this again, just because the stems that are like right next to the mask won't get as much pressure as they would. Now, do you see what I mean? It kind of didn't get enough pressure. So let's do another stamping. And like I said, I'm going to wipe off that pink that's on the stems. And it's possible my ink pad is not as juicy as it should be. That is a possibility too. Okay, oops, I think I left just a little bit there. There we go. Okay, let's do this again. Got it in the right position. Do some pressure. And let's see where we're at. Oh, you know what? I think this is the problem, or another part of the problem. So, you know, that's the way it is sometimes. You discover something, oh, that shouldn't be there, or something that's affecting the process, and you just deal with it. Okay. Now, let's get this in position again. And if you hear any animal sounds, I believe one of Kurt's bulls, Kurt is my husband, who's a farmer, is calling out to whoever he's calling out to. So if you hear that, that's what that is. Oh man, that's really not getting the pressure I need, is it? Okay, let's do it again. I'm seeing here that there's some ink that's kind of still on there. So obviously it's not getting the pressure that it needs. And okay, let's try this one more time. Get it on the right location. I don't think I've ever experienced allergies this early. So, oof. And I take allergy medicine every day. This in year-round, actually, because I have other things that bother me in the winter. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's getting a nice impression everywhere else, isn't it? Oh, this is crazy. Okay, I'm going to try something. I have these Altenew mini blending brush sets, and we're going to use the green one here for the stems. But in the meantime, I think I'll take out this one that hasn't been used yet, and I'm going to see if I'm in shot. I'm just going to apply some color to the brush, and let's just get those areas that are not showing up. Okay? And then I think while we're at it, because this Distress Oxide ink will stay damp long enough, we will go ahead and do the green stems. Okay? And we'll do them at the same time. Hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, we'll just have to go back to one at a time. Okay, and get it right position. All right, now maybe if I just kind of hold and press a little bit. What do you think? Okay. Well, that's better than it was, isn't it? Okay, let's give it another shot. This time I think I'll do the green stems first before I apply the pink again, in case the pink is a little drier, and then it will have less time to wait. Okay. Let's give this one more shot. And press, 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 press. All right. Now, you can see, of course, it's stamped on the mask, and that's what the mask is for, to prevent it from showing up on the other. Are you ready for the reveal? Let's take this off. Ta-da! There we go. So guys, that is the beauty of masking. And I just want to show you, you can use this over and over and over. I've already used this for the practice one. And so I've used it obviously just now. So I will keep this mask and just use it and use it. Now I want to show you something. I did alter that. Let me close these up because I certainly don't want to forget and leave them open and dry out. And believe me, I've done that before. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, these are a lot. There are a lot of dies that are in here. Now this is, of course, the original shape of the vase, and so for this one, I thought it made more sense for the flowers to act like they're inside of the vase if I just cut this little part off. So that's why I did that. And I may use this for, you know, in another application where it doesn't matter if maybe I'm not using flowers, maybe I'm just using the vase, you know. So anyway, that's why I cut this part off. And so I will save these. So back into the bag they go, and that's just how I store them so that they're ready to go. Now, if you look at this, you say, okay, Dee, that looks nice, but it looks like it's in midair. And you're right, it is. So we're going to be, okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'll clean these stamps off later, I promise. And I just don't want this to get too long. Now, I brought a straight edge ruler and some fine line markers. I want to show you these. My daughter gave me these for Christmas, and it's the brand Emott. They're fine line markers, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color. It looks kind of like a cool color brown, but it's really more like black. So what I'm going to do is, I think I better use a guide. Okay, this is just a pad of paper that came with the Misty, and I'm going to use it as a guide for keeping my panel straight. All right, so I've lined it up with one of the lines there, and I'm going to line up the straight edge ruler with this. So how far do I want it to go? I think maybe we'll do it right here. So I've got it lined up here and here. Now, we're going to make it look like it's not floating. So I'm just going to start and go to the vase and pick it up again at the vase and go here. Okay? Now it looks like it is not floating. Now I wish I had like a table stamp or some type of furniture stamp, because that would be fun to use masking for, but unfortunately I don't have that. So this here is going to seem like it's on a surface that the vase would rest. Okay, now there's one more thing we're going to do. I'm making this into a thank you card because I need a thank you card. So I have the Sizzix Framelits with stamps set, and has several dies that you can use, and then it has these stamps that go with them. All right, so let's get this open. I'm going to get the thank you stamp out of here, and I know I've used this before, so now where should we put this? Now, I think I better put this back in the stamp wheel, and we will wipe this off now because I don't want to leave that on. And I think I'll have to run those under water later. Oh, but I need the rest of the stamp wheel, don't I? Okay, let's get it on the table here and put it here. And I want to see where I want this thank you. I think maybe that would be okay. This is a clean and simple card, isn't it? Okay, so let's get this positioned. And I think I'm going to use that green ink. And by the way, this was the color Mowed Lawn in the Distress Oxide line. I talked to you about the Festive Berries, and now we'll use the Mowed Lawn. Okay, so let's get this in position. And press. Now, just a reminder, when you have sentiment stamps, especially if they're not like a bold, big bold stamp, you need to be mindful of not applying too much pressure, because that can make the stamp kind of splay out and then the word will look fuzzy. So I've done that many times before, and that looks pretty good, but I think I will stamp it again. And thankfully I heated my own device and didn't press too hard. And let's see if I can do that again. Okay, so do it a little gently. And this Distress Oxide ink stays wet longer than your dye inks. So if you wanted to, you could even, I'm not going to do this here, but you could sprinkle some embossing powder over this and dump off the excess, and then heat set it with your embossing gun, and you would have an embossed image. So I'm not going to do that, but that would be something kind of fun to do. All right, now I need to get some more things that I forgot, and I will be back. Hang on. Okay, I am back. Now, let's get this out of the stamp wheel, because we're done with it. And I will clean this up afterwards, I promise. Okay, let's clean up our surface a little bit so that we have more order. And I think I'll bring this in just a little bit. Okay, now I have this cute polka dot pattern paper that I cut to, okay, this is 5.5 by 4 1/4. I cut it, I think, and I don't think it was a full 1/4 inch shorter on the length and the width. I think it might have been a little less than that. So anyway, I want to show you something. I bought this Mod Podge Matte glue a while back because I'd seen somebody online talk about it, and you know, my art glitter glue that I absolutely love in this particular bottle doesn't seem to want to come out very well. Anyway, I heard that this was a good glue, so I am going to use it today, and we're going to put it on the panel. And don't tell me it. Oh my goodness. Okay, pause. I told you that when I couldn't find my original set of little disposable glue bottles, I ordered another set, and I didn't think it was either the same as I bought before, or if it was maybe just defective or something, because the second set that I started using, they clogged. And so here we go. So anyway, these bottles are from the second set that I bought, and they're annoying. They clog. The original set, I could leave that top open for, 10 minutes and it wouldn't clog. But I can't do that with these. So when I'm done, I will be closing it down. Okay, the beauty about liquid glue is that it slides around a little bit, gives you a little wiggle room. Excuse me. So I've got this cute little panel. And I know I probably should have chosen a green background, but I thought this was cute. And so the person I'm going to give it to is going to think it's cute too. I know she will. Oh, you know what? I need to trim this down. Do you see this? It's covering the panel. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm ready to glue this on. It's going to cover up. Oh my goodness, I didn't cut enough again. Hang on. Okay, here we go again. I am going to put the glue on here. By the way, if you like this video, please like it. And if you would comment and tell me you like it, I'd love that too. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? It's totally free. And when you do subscribe, if you have subscribed already also, there's a little bell next to the subscribe button. And there's a little downward arrow that you can click, and you can choose if you want to get all the videos, and I would love for you to do that. So click the all button if you wouldn't mind, and share this video with someone you know who would like it. I would love that too. And if you are a new subscriber, thank you. I'm honored that you chose to follow me and watch my videos, and I hope you enjoy these. And for everybody else who's been subscribed for a little while, thank you. I would not be able to do this if nobody watched. So thank you. Okay, let's close this. And I think I might have to get into my, I'm going to wipe my hands off because I'm afraid I'm going to get some ink, stray ink on this nice card, and then it will be ruined. Okay. All right, now one last thing. We're going to stamp the back to show that it's handmade with love by me. And if you're new here, I do this on every card. There we go. Now, I want to show you something. We just talked about this a little bit ago. If I can get it in focus here. Do you see? I pressed a little too hard on the WI. Okay? So it kind of made it a little fatter. It doesn't look the same as all the other words, but oh well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, give it a like, give it a share, give it a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a blessed day and a good week. Take care, guys. Bye.